Well, happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, January 6th in the year 2026. And welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with Tom. Well, the Christmas season came and went too fast. It was wonderful. The whole build up. I got to watch all my favorite Christmas movies, The Christmas Story. It happened on Fifth Avenue. It's a Wonderful Life, Penny Serenade. There was the tease of Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day and then anticipation for the new year. You know, those days between Christmas and New Year's are like in sports terms, like the end of the year timeout. You get to review what you've done, plan what you want to do. And if you take the initiative, you can just use those days to relax, lay on the couch, watch football, good movies, all in anticipation of the year ahead, 2026. It was a wonderful couple of weeks for me. I hope it was for you as well. Let's have a happy, successful, and a fun 2026. Our G-List guest today it's a roundtable. We'll start the season off with the team in a beginning of the year roundtable. We have a full team today, including both Barbaras. We look forward to that conversation. Our show today, of course, is sponsored by the consulting firm of Best Girl. Let's hear from Best Girl.
Best Girl is a consulting firm that provides customized leadership, access and inclusion, public relations, communications, and organizational consulting services. Clients include Fortune 500 companies, utilities, higher education institutions, small businesses, and associations. Best Girl's team of consultants, led by Joyce Gilly-Gossam, Emily Hedrick, and Sean Jones, partners with business and education clients to promote organizational effectiveness, communication, motivation, and leadership, with always an impact on the bottom line. Best Girl's customized consulting services include strategic planning, corporate communication, executive coaching, fundraising, and economic development.
Girl continues to customize the solution that fits your needs. So we'll go to the roundtable. And let's see, we got Barbara Wallace Edwards, we got Barbara Larkin, we got Michael Walker, and we got me, and then him and Sean are standing by. So let's see what everybody's got this morning. Who's out there?
Good morning.
Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
Michael.
Hello.
All right, Barbara Wallace Edwards, what you got for us this morning? How was your holiday?
Tom, I had a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I spent the entire time basically in the Atlanta area. I was babysitting a wonderful 4-year-old, my great nephew, Mozzie, who is my heart. He is just so adorable. I am on to him. He's the only one that calls me on. So we don't, I think it's short for auntie. We don't know where it comes from because I used to be TT, but all of a sudden, the last 2 years, I've been called on by Mozzie. And I have watched Peppa Pig and Bluey, Spidey, all those cartoons over and over again. I'm actually hearing them in my sleep. But we had a wonderful, wonderful holiday. A lot of the family came up from Mobile and all the family in Atlanta for Christmas. And it was just a joyous time. We had a great time.
Good deal. That's great.
Yes.
You hadn't heard anything about Pat down there in Mobile, have you?
Pat, I have not. I have not heard anything about Pat. You haven't heard from her?
There was an email chain that I read. I think she's doing okay. Fair to Midland.
Right.
I haven't talked to her. I haven't been able to talk to her.
Okay.
Her daughter sends out stuff on an email chain.
Right. I have not, but I may follow up. I have not talked to her in a while.
I'll have to do that as well. So what you got? What else you got this morning, Barbara Wallace?
I don't know if you all got a chance to watch the college football playoff games, but I did, and I mean I was kind of shocked at some of these outcomes. I don't know at the beginning of the year we would have predicted most of these teams that are in the Final Four right now. Indiana just they put a whipping on Alabama. Man, I was totally shocked. I'm like you. I felt sorry for Alabama. It's like they didn't show up for that game at all. So And we talked about it before. Indiana doesn't really have a lot of 5-star players on their team. I don't know if they have any. And
Got a great
Alabama,
quarterback.
yeah, they got a great group, a great coach. I understand he coached under Saban, was assistant or something under Coach Saban for a while. So maybe he picked up a lot of his traits, and they got a great team. I can tell you that. I was
They do.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, Barbara, all 4 head coaches in the Final Four coached under Saban at one
That's
time
what
or
I
another.
thought. They were all been sort of trained by Saban. So maybe that's what coaches at the schools need to be looking at right now. Who has worked for Saban before, and when they're making decisions about head coaches.
And in the beginning of the game, when they went through and everybody sitting at that little table, Saban and whoever the other ones were, had to announce their picks for the game. Saban gave Indiana a lot of credit, but then he picked Alabama because I don't think he had to pick them.
He had to. He's still on their payroll. That may have been smart on his part, but yeah. I don't even know if he believed what he said, but yes,
I don't think he did either.
It wasn't convincing.
Yeah, now that's the one time he caved in from the pressure.
Yes.
The rat poisoning.
Okay, Michael, that's it.
And who would have thought that Georgia wouldn't have been in the Final Four? That was shocking too. Ole Miss just surprised them. I think they were not expecting them to play that well. Ole Miss is playing without their head coach. Who left them and went to LSU, Lane Kiffin. So that was a sort of a shocker as well.
They got a hell of a little quarterback, though.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Comes to play.
And Michael, go ahead.
They say that it's tough to beat a team, especially in football, and in some cases it's that way in basketball. It's probably more so in basketball that it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. But in football, it's tough to beat a team twice in a row, in the same season. And if you think back that first meeting, Ole Miss led Georgia the entire game except for in the fourth quarter when their defense broke down.
Right.
They said that they went back and took a look at it, and they felt like their defense wore down because they had shortened their rotation, and that this time against Georgia, they were going to have to get other players some snaps.
Right.
Keep their starters fresh.
But to think that quarterback for Ole Miss, Trinidad, he wasn't even a 0-star. I mean, no stars when he coming out of high school.
He was a 0-star. Yeah, he was rated as a 0-star, and he won a national championship at a Division II school.
Right.
And and as a matter of fact, when he came to Ole Miss under the impression that he would be a backup. Right. And that he may not get a chance to play at all.
Yeah, I did read that.
And
he's a superstar now, for sure.
Yeah, he went from 0 to hero in a minute.
Yes, his stock is way up.
He really did.
At the end of the game that there are 8 coaches on Ole Miss staff who are actually going to go to LSU.
Wow.
I guess near the end of this, and I wonder how they feel about that,
Wow.
Now.
Well, they're going to be able to continue to have the Charlie Weiss Jr., who's the offensive coordinator, and I think the running backs coach are going to coach in this game coming up on Thursday night, from what I understand. It's kind of ironic how things play out. Here, Lane Kiffin, he bolts and goes to LSU, and the reason why is he felt like it would be easier for him to win a national championship at LSU than at Ole Miss.
Right.
And now Ole Miss is knocking on the door.
Right.
And you wonder what could have been if they were able not to have to go through all this dysfunction and what have you.
Exactly.
But even with him bolting and leaving, and Ole Miss power broker says, you're not coaching in this game because, it's just the way it was kind of messy, I guess.
Right.
But because Ole Miss won that game, he got a $500,000 bonus.
I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, he's left jump ship and he's still getting a bonus from the team winning.
Yeah, the contract.
These contracts are something else.
For $500K. And so and now he's trying to decide who he's gonna let stay over there and coach and what have you. I just find it pretty interesting, but the students, leave it to the students to come up with a creative way. I don't know if you guys heard this, but during the game, during a timeout, they fanned the Ole Miss section, and a friend of ours whose son is there, he filmed this, and they were saying F Lane Kiffin, F Lane Kiffin.
I didn't see that.
I
Wow.
missed it. Oh my goodness.
I can understand why.
Students are creative.
They are.
Yeah. Who's up? Who's up next? Who did we just finish with?
Me, I just
Barbara.
finished. So
Okay.
Barbara.
Miss Barbara number 2, second Barbara.
Yes.
Let me put it that way.
Yes, yes.
What do you got going on? What
Well,
you do?
we had a great holiday. In fact, we spent Christmas at home because we had been traveling so much. We went to New York. I had not seen my roommate from graduate school at Oklahoma since 1973 when we graduated, and I've been looking for her for years. And we finally got together by phone and by my telephone earlier this year, and we decided to meet in New York. And what a time we had. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Tom was there, Sylvia's husband, Mohammed, was there, and we just had the best time ever. It was just so, so very special. And I almost missed that reunion because I was thinking about the fact, well, gee, that's right. A week before, I go to the Dominican Republic, I'll be worn out. Then reality set in. Girl, you are 75 years old. Anything can happen.
that's
I
right.
called her back. I said, look, I'm coming to New York. I will see you then. And we had a fabulous time. We came back. We went to the DR. We were there with 3 other families. There were 13 of us. And we had, the ages ranged from 2 years old to 76. We had a fabulous time. We really had a good time. And then we left there. And a week later, we went and we took the adult children to Vegas. Now, let me say, these 40-year-olds turn into 4-year-olds. They had the best time. The first thing we did, we took them to the new Sphere that's out there, this big bubble that really is a movie theater inside. And when you get in, it's like you're in an upside down bowl. And we went to see The Wizard of Oz. Okay, we've seen that, a million times. I mean, I've seen it forever. But this experience was supreme. They had the movie theater was not a theater. It was the whole upside down screen. That is what was portraying. And when the tornado came, we were in the midst of a tornado. You felt the wind, the chairs were moving, it was buzzing, and you could see the wind going around you because remember, the theater is in an upside down bowl. So it looked like you were in the middle of a tornado. So then when it came to the apples, when they were in the apple orchard and they pulled the apple off of the tree, they had apples made of foam with little green leaves on them dropping down from the ceiling on us. So we were catching apples. It was unbelievable. And the monkeys were on drones, and they had monkeys designed on these drones. So they were coming like right in front of you. It was the most amazing. I've never experienced anything like it. If you go to Vegas, if you do one thing, go to the Sphere and see The Wizard of Oz. It will take you to another level. So we had a great time. But when we came home for Christmas, we have been sleeping late every day. We needed it. Hanging out with those young people we went to the Hoover Dam. We went to the Art Museum, ARTE. Never been to one like this before. It's a house of mirrors with flowers everywhere. And if you touch a mirror and there's a bud, it will open up and butterflies come out. I've never seen anything like it. It was a wonderful trip. It really was. So we had a great time. We did. Had a great time.
Sounds like it. What about you, Michael?
Well, I didn't do anything like that would lend itself to drinking mushroom juice or something. But
Michael.
I was pretty tame. I couldn't resist. That was hilarious, though. I was like, man, this is something out of the future or something like that. Maybe that's how new theaters would be and stuff.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, as far as the holiday, I had a great holiday because I didn't have to do anything. There was no catastrophes or anything like that that was gonna just change the world order, other than our president. Other than that, though, things were pretty cool. Got a chance to chill out and watch some great um, football games, some basketball games, and what have you like that. So it was fantastic. Barbara Edwards, I've got to say to you, you talked about watching cartoons and stuff.
Yes.
I remember that back in my youth, I liked cartoons as well, but one of my favorite cartoons was Popeye the Sailor Man. You guys remember
Oh,
Popeye the
yes.
Sailor
Oh yes,
Man
and
Yes.
olive
and the
oil.
spinach and all of that type of
Yes.
stuff? Well, check this out. Did you know he was a real character? That was
Oh.
based off Popeye the Sailor Man was based off a guy by the name of Frank Rocky Fiegel. He was born in Poland in 1868, and he immigrated to the U.S. with his family. And in 1887, he joined the Navy. So that's how
Oh,
Popeye the Sailor Man came to be. And he
wow.
actually drew a very striking similarity to the cartoon character. He had a pipe. He wore this cap and he had this chin that jutted out and all of this type of stuff. And he
Right.
was known as a brawler, as a matter of fact, in the
Wow.
Navy. But at the same time, he had a good side where he loved kids and he would take up for anybody that was defenseless and what have you like that. So this was a real life character. And when this guy decided to do the cartoon, I think it was Elzie Chrysler Seeger created Popeye. He did it off of this guy. So
Wow. I wonder
imagine
if
that.
this guy received any royalties from his likeness being used.
Probably not. That was way before NIL.
Right.
Well, Michael, you are absolutely right. I pulled it up on my phone, and what a likeness!
You see
What
it?
a
Wow.
likeness! It is uncanny. It is just
Wow.
unbelievable. Yeah, that was him, no
Interesting.
question. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
Interesting.
And he did like spinach, by the way. That's what got me to eat spinach. Is I wanted to be strong like
Like
Popeye.
Papa.
Mm, yeah. Wow.
Um,
It's amazing, but these cartoons, the impact they have on children, and getting them want to do things. Mozzie, who loves Bluey, most kids his age, they'll talk about, I want to go to the store. Mozzie he wakes up every morning, I want to go to the supermarket, because that's what they say on Bluey all the time. We're going to the supermarket, and so they pick up a lot of things, from these cartoons, and hopefully they're watching the good ones and getting some good morals and ethic information from the cartoons these days.
true, true. Tom, what was your favorite cartoon?
I don't know. Popeye was all right, but he wasn't up there at the top. I don't really know. It's been so long since I watched some cartoons. Uh,
I'll loan you Mozzie for a weekend. I get you watch some then.
say that again. I didn't hear
I
you.
said I'll loan you a 4-year-old for a weekend. I bet you'll
Oh,
get a chance to
okay.
watch some cartoons
Okay.
then.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get
Cartoon watching is mandatory for a 4-year-old.
Oh my goodness. He
Oh
wakes up
yeah.
in the morning asking for his iPad or the TV on, and he wants to watch cartoons. So it's like I said, Baby Shark,
Oh my God.
Spidey, and Spider-Man or Bluey, and there's a whole list of them, but those is Baby Finn, but those are his favorites. And so, like I
Baby
said, I got
Finn.
my fill of cartoon watching over the past 2 weeks.
Mm. Well, my niece Nicole, who is now 50, hers was the Smurfs.
Yes.
And I bought some fabric the other week, and I'm going to make her a pillow out of the Smurfs and see what her reaction will be when she gets it.
Cute.
That was her thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So Tom, how was your holidays?
Oh, my
Yes.
holiday was great. We went to Savannah for a week and spent time with the son and his wife and one of their children. It was great. We had a good. I like Savannah, so you
Yes.
could walk around and there were people everywhere, and so it was absolutely wonderful. It's a long ride over there. But
Right.
It is.
it was great. It was good to get out, and we got back. And so when we got back, I just did. Man, I bet you I took several good naps a day.
Good.
Not the. I mean, I take them throughout the day, and
You'll
it
live
was
longer.
it was
Good for
just
you.
great. Read a lot of good stuff,
Hmm.
uh, and so it was great. It was we had a lot of fun, and it was good break. You know, Joyce was exercising her retirement rights.
Yes.
And,
Good for her.
so everything went great. It was wonderful, and
Good.
so and then like I said, I like to watch the Christmas movies. I watch the Christmas Story. I watch it happen on Fifth Avenue. I don't know if
Yes.
you guys ever seen that one. That
I
Oh yeah.
have.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
it's great, and so we had a good time.
Good.
Um, so let's see. There's oh man, I saw this thing. This little thing somebody posted on Facebook. It says the thing about Venezuela is that we need to see the Epstein files.
Yeah.
In other words, don't change the subject.
That's
That's right.
right.
I like that.
I think that has a lot to do with the timing of that move. A distraction. Hopefully, it's a distraction.
I love that.
Amazing.
John
That is pretty
Solomon.
funny.
Let's stay on point. Let's not leave the
Right.
point. Stay
Right.
on point. I
And
I,
love
yeah,
it.
I saw
Margaret.
something. I saw something this morning that said the full Epstein files probably will not be released until after Trump leaves the White House.
For sure.
Not surprised. Marjorie Taylor Greene had said she was going to release the names of all these people that were in the Epstein file before she left office yesterday, and she left office yesterday and didn't release those names. So I don't know what happened with that plan, but she's exited Congress, I hear.
Well, I think that she's feeling the pressure like J.D. Vance. This guy goes up and with a hammer and knocks out his windows. And she knows that if she says too much, that
Right.
the I call them the trumpets will
Hmm.
come for her. You
And
know,
it's
they
and it's it's amazing that the power these people are having on. Yeah, I read yesterday that Tim Walz is decided
yes,
not to run for reelection in Minnesota because of the lies that the Trump
Michelle.
MAGA people are putting out about him and his threatening his family. And it's sad that they have that kind of power that they're just making people just not want to even be in politics anymore, get involved. Tim Walz is saying he's not running for reelection, but he's still going to be involved in mainstream um, issues and speaking up about those things. So I just hate that they're having that kind of impact on good people who want to do some good things for this country.
Yeah, this somebody sent me this, and kind of going back to what you're talking about, the distraction. Accountability is so important to me. Nobody's perfect, but don't try to flip the script and make my reaction to the issue when your actions lit the match.
Mm,
Mm,
that's good.
that's a good one, Michael.
Yes, it
That's a good
is.
Yeah,
Well, it'd
that's
be interesting to see how the year unfolds.
Yes, it will.
But it sort of
yeah.
just takes the taste out of your mouth,
It does.
Uh,
Well, we're talking about Venezuela and stuff. There's a lot of questions about whether or not this was legal as to what they
Right.
were
right,
doing. Now,
Right.
I understand how they're trying to justify what they're doing, and even going back saying that Obama and Kamala wanted to go get him. Okay, fine. It's interesting. We didn't hear much about that at that time, but
Right.
that's part of your justification. But they're trying to go back and say it has to do with narcotics. It really didn't have anything to do with narcotics at all. It's
No.
all about getting control of the oil
right,
down
Right.
there. You
Right.
right.
know, and
He
and
said,
now the what they're saying, and I don't know whether this is true, but I heard this that under the previous regime, they had met with Exxon and Conoco and all these U.S. oil companies and talk to them about coming to help put in the infrastructure in order to drill and get the oil. And that
Hmm.
these companies committed to doing so. And then once they got it there and started getting them trained, that the guy that was in charge, he basically uh, killed the deal, assassinated some people that were there left, and took over the refineries and everything like that and booted them out. And so that's what they're saying is the reason why they have a right to go back in to do that. I'm just saying.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we know: the truth will not set the people in Venezuela free.
Right.
There ain't gonna be much
It won't
truth.
help them. Right.
Not
Yeah,
not for a while, for sure.
That
yeah.
is so
I
true.
saw they
Understand
say
Trump is
they're
planning
gonna
this.
run the country, and then the lady who's in charge of the country says, "No, you ain't gonna run the country. We're gonna
Yeah.
run our own country. And we're
Well,
gonna
I
help you
understand
back."
that Trump is planning to send Stephen Miller over there to run the country. So, that's who elected him.
Well, he's the hand that goes up Trump's back, and and
Exactly.
and causes, and is the one who uh makes him, well, not really makes, but he's really the guy that is behind a lot of this,
Oh yeah.
because he is already Stephen Miller has already sent out messages that Trump is going to ramp up his threats over to take over Greenland. That has already
Greenland,
come out.
Cuba,
Yeah.
I think is on the list. They're
Yes,
they're
Cuba.
planning to do
Hmm.
more.
Well, my question is, how far thin can you spread yourself?
Absolutely.
And Americans are not going to be able to travel anymore outside of
Yeah.
the country
He
because,
can't
I,
spread himself too thin. He's too damn big.
right.
So fat ass.
Exactly. It's the
oh,
same.
You might want to use another analogy. Spreading himself too thin ain't doesn't just give him an accurate description.
I yield. I yield.
But it's
Why
shameful.
don't
I
we
There,
do
stand
this?
corrected. I stand
there are U.S.
corrected.
citizens that were stranded in the Caribbean because all the airlines shut off, canceled
Yes.
flights coming out of the Caribbean because of the strikes on Venezuela. So it has impacts more than just on that particular country, and people in the U.S. end up suffering as a result of the actions that, again, Trump and his cronies are making.
Well, it goes back to just like when they came over and brought Elon Musk and they just start going slicing and dicing stuff without thinking about the repercussions of what they're
Hmm.
doing and actually didn't have a plan in place.
Right.
Okay. To say, okay, we're going to cut this. What does this do? How do we overcome? No plan. This is
No
the same
plan.
thing. They've gone in, stolen
Right.
this man. Okay.
Hmm.
So
And his
now,
wife.
right.
And his
But
wife.
it's not a regime change. His people that he handpicked are still there running the government.
Right.
So
Yes.
you're not replacing him, right?
Right.
Okay. So, but then you're gonna tell them, like Tom said, we're gonna run it. Well, how are you gonna do that? Because you set yourself up for conflict already, because you don't
Already.
have
Yeah.
anybody inside. So, and then what are the plans
They had
There
a
are
afterwards?
none.
Michael. They had a concept of a plan, though.
That's right. It's like
Concept.
that concept for the Affordable Care Act.
Yes. Yeah. They
But
have a
my
It's a
concept.
concept.
but
Yeah.
my question is this. Okay, you're going in there and what you're saying, you are stopping the drugs. I don't think one single bit of that has is going to
No.
stop, because it's not even
No.
about that. As you said, it's about the oil. It's
Right.
Right.
about the oil. If
This
he
is a
really wanted
money
to stop,
deal.
if he really wanted to stop drugs, then he would put the mandate on the country, the U.S., like those eastern, southeast countries do. From, I don't know, that they don't have any drugs flowing in. Why? Because the law is so strict
Right.
from the inside that you don't
Right.
have to worry about the drugs coming in, because the inside law, okay, we catch you with drugs, this is the penalty, and we're going to do it every day.
Hmm.
Once that's in place, that's it.
Well, fentanyl is coming from China anyway, and the last I heard, that was the one that was killing everybody was fentanyl.
Right.
So
Yes.
that
Exactly.
that blows a
Exactly.
hole in their theory right there.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, but
Right.
I find it interesting where, and this one guy he's definitely a right winger and up Trump, but we're talking about this, and he goes, for anybody that says Trump going in there and snatching the president of Venezuela and taking over the country is just more gaslighting or green lighting Russia to do what they did with Ukraine, or China to do what they want to do with Taiwan. Don't know what they're talking about. Well, I have to disagree with that, because if you go back and look, it was the U.S. saying, Russia, you're wrong for going into Ukraine along with the Union. Okay. So, and then they've always been saying we're protecting Taiwan. Well, yes, we know that they've been aggressive in that way. But then if you turn around and do this without doing it in a legal way, that's pretty much saying, well, I'm going to be a hypocrite too. Is it
Exactly.
not?
Yeah,
And
it
so
is.
then the other countries are going to continue to do this. And the way I see it is Asia's trying to cut off their little piece, Russia, and now the US is saying, okay, we're going to get control of this. Because when you think about it, because of the way the economies are, it's the oil that's needed to keep going the way that we're going right now until we develop alternative fuel. And that's an issue. And the US do not want to drill in their own pipelines.
Right.
So that's where it's all about. And
Let's
think about this. Trump called the CEOs of the oil companies and told them he was
Before
going
Congress
in
knew.
before he
Yeah.
told Congress.
Yes.
right.
Yes.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
Let's come back to this, and let's get with Sean and let her do Got a Minute. And since we don't have a G-list guest, we'll come back and continue our discussion after that. So, Sean, if you're out there, I know you've prepared something good for us. Let's do Got a Minute.
Good morning and Happy New Year to everyone joining in with us. My name is Shantia Jones, and this is Got a Minute. Capricorn season is live and in full effect. Capricorns are known to be extremely hardworking visionaries, leaders, and trailblazers. This month is critical for asking the right questions to help you find facts that will get you much further along with your goals this year. This might seem obvious, but you haven't been talking to the right people who can give you the real information that you need. It's time to step out of your safe circle and start trying to expand your network a little more aggressively. Start rubbing elbows with people who are not only fun to be around, but also influential and connected. So, in the meantime and in between time, I hope everyone has an amazing year. Thank you all for joining in. My name is Shantia Jones, and this has Got a Minute.
People out there, Anthony, I hope you and your wife are doing well. Anthony, Antley, hope you're doing well. Laurie Luke Sloman, Barbara Pitts, and Sosa Riveria. Probably said that wrong, but anyway, I meant well. Let's go back to our discussion here, and I don't know where we left off, but who was up? What were we talking about?
I think we were just talking about the legality of Trump going into Venezuela and not having a plan and doing the things that he's doing. Seems like that's destabilizing the government, especially if you haven't built relationships with the people that are already there, that are in power.
Here's what gets me is, what was it, a couple years ago? He went before the United States Supreme Court and got them to vote on however they did it, that no matter what he did as president, it was legal.
Immunity. Yeah.
He wasn't even president.
Right.
And they voted for that. And so it's going to be hard to get him out. But I think if people want to bad enough, maybe there'll be some kind of way to get him out.
Yeah.
Well, if they ever release the Epstein files, he's going to have to go because he's a criminal.
Right.
Before
that, but yeah, that's going to be even more proof.
He still is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One thing about this this Venezuela situation that Tom Larkin and I were talking about yesterday. He gave me this article where Cuba says that 32 of their citizens were killed in the U.S. raid to arrest Venezuela's Maduro. That has not come across any um, media that has to do with television or anything, but it was on the CNBC news that printed it out, that this was something that Cuba said the criminal act of aggression and state terrorism done by the United States has to be dealt with because they lost 32 of their citizens in that combat between the U.S. and Venezuela. But I haven't seen it any place else, not on television at all. And I've been watching very, very closely. Yeah. So
Well,
there's some things about it that we don't know. It's
There's
well,
probably a
one
lot that
thing
we
I will
don't know.
say, and
Oh yeah.
one thing I will say about that, Barbara, and I'm not disputing that at all because I don't know, but I also know that Cuba was supplying security for Maduro,
correct.
and there were 60 Cubans that died
Hmm.
because they were part of the security. So I don't know if they're sometimes they will play things twice,
True.
and say the citizens, because yeah, they are citizens, but they were part of security
They
detail.
were
So
part of, yes, yes.
so sometimes you kind of have to be careful as to how that's reported. Not saying right or wrong, but just something to think about. That's all.
Yeah, well, certainly, I think you're right. Certainly, the security members were citizens of Cuba, but then how words are used. We only know what they print or what we hear. That's
Yeah,
unless we
Right.
know someone who's there, we just
Right.
don't know. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's interesting how far-reaching. Do you guys realize that the president has only been in office for 1 year?
That's
That's the
it's been
year.
really,
It's
yeah. It's been 1 year
been
this week. This
10.
week,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
You're
Aren't you
right.
just worn out? Aren't you
Yeah,
worn out
absolutely,
already?
Michael. I
Well,
I cringe every time a news something pop up on my phone that there's a new story. I'm thinking, what now? What has he done now?
Yeah.
Every day. It's every day.
It's exhausting. It really is.
That's what he
yeah.
wants us to be exhausted. That's what he
Well,
wants.
I think so.
I think
Mhm.
I heard yesterday, I think it was in Minnesota or somewhere like that, where a I think it was a Hampton Inn, which is owned by Mary Hilton.
Hilton,
Hilton,
yes,
yes.
They refused to allow ICE agents to get rooms at
yes,
Sure.
this Hampton Inn
yes,
and said, we're not in support of what you're doing. So
right,
that may start something else that will come as a result. And a lot of it is I can understand how these people feel because some of the people that they're just locking up are innocent people.
Right.
absolutely.
You know,
Right.
A lot of them are, Michael.
Yeah.
people and not doing anything wrong
Right.
and are law-abiding citizens. So they're just all being rounded up and what have you. So it's just more and more of this. I'm a cowboy, and
Right.
hand them up, move them out type stuff.
And we have to think
You know,
about it. A lot of these people are employed by Hilton. They're, housekeepers and cooks, and some of them are even in management. And they're protecting their employees, and that's the right thing for them to do. And I would hope that other
Absolutely.
hotel chains will follow suit with that because ICE is doing some terrible things. They're not necessarily they're not doing what they said they were going to do. Remove criminals who are here illegal. They're just taking innocent people who are working every day, providing for their families, law-abiding citizens,
Yes.
are law-abiding people, even though they might not have full citizenship yet. Many of them were working toward it, and they're just being removed. And I hope that other hotel chains will follow suit with Hilton and do the same thing.
well, the only thing about other hotels doing that, it might come back to bite us because then Trump will start putting them up in his hotel and triple building the taxpayers.
We're going to pay either way, Michael. We're going to
Trump
pay.
doesn't have hotels all across the country. That's for sure. So he can do it in certain cities, but not everywhere.
And there was something that came out yesterday where Trump is suggesting that the United States taxpayers could reimburse the oil firms for Venezuela's investment. So he's looking for a way that the U.S. oil companies who invested in Venezuela get their money back. And he's saying, well, maybe the U.S. taxpayers could do that for us. It's about the money.
It's all
Follow.
about the
Always
money.
about the money.
Always about the money
It's
with
always
them.
about the money.
Mhm.
Yep.
Let's see what about, so let's go a little local here and talk
Okay.
about Barbara. I know you know about this, about Jarris McIntyre going
Yes,
back to Auburn.
yes. I'm so excited for Jairus.
Well, tell us about it, Barbara.
Well, Jairus McIntyre, who played at Auburn, it was the star player at Auburn. His dad played with you, I think, at Auburn. Cedric
He
McIntyre.
did.
Mother is an Auburn graduate. I think both his sisters, his cousins, a lot of aunts and other
His
relatives.
mom.
Yes, all Auburn graduates. But Jairus has has been hired at Auburn as director of, I think, football,
High
And
school
high
relationships.
school relationships, and alumni engagement. So I am super excited for him. Glad to have him back on the plains. He was at Central Florida, I think, for a while. He's coached at the high school football level for 10 years. Uh, Wonderful family. I'm super excited for him. I want to say congratulations to Jared.
We all. I know we all offer congratulations.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Cedric and I, his dad, we played together. And,
Right.
Cedric
so
is
I shot
character.
off a note to him yesterday, but
Yeah.
he should enjoy it, and he's enjoyed being involved
Yes.
in high school relations,
Yes.
so to speak. And
Right.
so that's great. I'm proud for him.
I am
Yes.
too. Very, very proud of him.
Super proud of him and excited for him. He's going to be great in that role.
Yeah, he will. He will definitely.
Mhm.
And then I saw on the 23rd of December where the University of Alabama president suddenly announced that he would pull all Alabama Crimson Tide affiliated media partnerships and business collaborations from Amazon,
Yes.
citing serious concerns over Jeff Bezos' quiet alignment with Donald Trump.
Yes.
He says the University of Alabama and the Alabama Crimson Tide will not be associated with values that undermine respect, unity, and accountability. Boy, that'd be something nice if some other schools, one in particular,
Yes.
Yes.
would stand up like that.
Absolutely.
Stand up
I
and be a man.
am so proud of
Be the man that you say you are.
Yes, so
In
proud
the
of Alabama's
creed.
president for taking that stand and publicly taking that stand.
Mhm.
That is absolutely wonderful. The time I'm like you, I would hope that Auburn and other universities will will follow suit and do the same thing because someone needs to stand up to this whole crazy regime.
The bullying is
The
Mhm.
what.
bullying.
Yeah.
Well, I got a
It's-
call, an email yesterday from uh, your university, who they're still wanting to talk about changing the language in our scholarships, and so we're
Yeah.
going to have that discussion this week.
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait to hear the outcome, Tom. That's going to be real interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Just say your piece. That's what you do.
Exactly.
Say
I'll
your
listen. I'll listen first.
right,
Yes.
of course.
I'll listen
Yes.
to Rob tell me why this is something that has to happen, and
Mm,
then we'll go from there.
yeah.
So is
Yeah.
that Rob Wellbond? That's
Rob Wellbaum, my
Mhm.
good friend. Rob's a
my
good
good
guy.
friend too.
Well, that is one of the reasons why I don't give major money to Auburn anymore. It's because of how they chose to use the money that I had designated for specific use, and they used it the way they wanted to, and so I discontinued my donations. Barbara Larkin was there and was assistant vice president of development and got me involved and had me giving, and I was all excited about it. I was talking to other alums about it, and uh, yeah, Barbara, go ahead.
Tom and I went to the Tavern restaurant where we kind of got that started, Barbara, years and years ago.
Yes.
Your tongue.
About it. Yeah, Tom Larkin.
Right, there you go.
I got to put that last name on there.
Right.
THOM, Tom Larkin. And I were talking about it last night when we went to the Tavern restaurant. And I said, Barbara and I got started here with the Black alumni
Yes.
giving away, tickets, raffling tickets, people all excited because they hadn't had this before.
Right.
Right.
And for years, we did a wonderful job. Barbara even went down there and lived in Auburn for
yeah.
years to work through that and make it happen.
Right.
And, I cannot in my own, in myself and look in my mirror and see myself and not be part of the solution for this problem.
Right.
Because when I think about the enslaved people who built that chapel right there on that campus for no money whatsoever and worked on that campus for no money whatsoever, they owe us. That's all I have.
Yes. Yeah.
And when the White House, the east wing of the White House became rubble, that was part of the destruction of the indentured servants and the enslaved people who built that, but who built the White House, the who built all of those wonderful buildings that we look at that are historic, just torn down in a moment. And so I refuse to allow what he calls DEI, which I don't call it that. I call it um, the restitution, because our history, as we know it, the real history as we know it as Americans, we have to keep that before our children because the educational system is going to change. It's going to change. You know how we were educated as children in Alabama. It was not good. The books we had to use
Right.
that were cast off, we had
Mhm.
to use those books, and there were horrible pages were torn out, all kinds of horrible things.
Right.
We cannot allow our grandchildren, our great nieces and nephews to return to that. We cannot. And so this year, it hit me this year at this age. It hit me. Here I was celebrating Happy New Year, and then all of a sudden it hit me. January 1st is Emancipation Proclamation
Proclamation Day.
Right.
Mhm.
for my second great grandfather, Newton Baylor, in the state of Alabama. He was here. He was emancipated in 1863 here because all of the rebelling states received that first Emancipation Proclamation. And so Alabama was part of that. And so I had to redecorate my front door so that it would reflect that. And other people who know. People who don't know, they just don't know. But
Right.
the symbols are there to reflect that. And we need to reclaim that as African Americans. So, in our own way, we have to do our part to make our history be alive, and we support our children. Tom and I renewed both of our mothers graduated from Alabama State for a college for Negroes in 1954. That's what their diploma says. We made a commitment that we are putting a scholarship at Alabama State in both of their names because they were educators, and we decided to do that. We could have done it at Auburn, but we decided to do it at Alabama State. And so, because I didn't graduate from an HBCU, I am not going to put my money in my undergraduate alma mater. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in Alabama State, and I'm going to work with my roommate in graduate school to make a decision about how we're going to work with um, the University of Oklahoma. She is a Cherokee Indian, and we learned a lot from each other and how our history parallels. And so we've decided we got to do something to help our own. We got to make it so it's solid, and that we put in there a clause that if this is not operating properly, you must contact the heirs to change this. If you don't
Good.
contact the heirs to change it, it will not be changed. It'll sit there until it gets money,
Yeah.
until it gets changed. So their way, I mean, everybody has to make their own personal decision, but we have to decide that we're not going to be used like our grandparents were for
Right.
free. Can't do it anymore.
Well, and this is what they're doing now. My understanding, and
Okay.
I look forward to the conversation, is based on this law that was passed by the Alabama legislature.
Mhm.
But you know, if you go back in time, particularly over the last 100 years, there were so many illegal laws passed. There
Right.
were so many laws that were passed that aren't laws anymore because
Right.
they weren't substantive laws, they weren't legal laws, and so on and so forth. And so
Right.
you're asking me to support what I consider to be something illegal. And if we go
Exactly.
back to DEI, you know, if DEI was so bad, then why aren't black people the majority?
Right.
You.
If in fact it was so bad, why aren't we the majority in these colleges, in
Right.
these institutions, and so on and so forth? If
Right.
DEI, man, if let's just look at Auburn.
Right.
How many black students are at Auburn?
Less.
A handful,
Right.
maybe
A, a
two
few.
handfuls. And so obviously DEI, as they describe it, as it's been said, how harmful it is. Obviously, it didn't do a whole
It
lot of
didn't.
harm,
Right.
and it didn't
Exactly.
do a whole lot of for black folks.
Right.
If in fact that's what DEI is,
Which
you
is not, but yeah, that's what they defined it. How they define it.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I look forward to that conversation, but I do know this. Um, Raised a lot of money for the university during the
Oh
campaign.
yeah.
Yes, you
I was
did.
the chair of the
You
campaign.
did.
Yes.
You did.
And I got people to be involved
Right.
who had never been involved before.
Mhm.
That's right.
And the question I asked was why don't we involve these people? Because
Right.
they want to be involved as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look forward to supposedly this conversation. He'll tell me what language they'll take out and what they'll replace it with. And so I just look forward to that because, you
Yes.
know, at the same time, I don't have to agree to anything.
Absolutely.
That's right.
It's I don't know. It seems to be one step forward and five steps backwards.
25 steps backwards, Tom.
So,
This is one thing that I think, Tom. I think that the few of us who were at Auburn and many of and as you know, over the years, we had great African American professors who did outstanding things. Most of them are gone.
Most of them are gone.
Yeah.
That's
Most of
right.
them are gone. The president of the school in Baltimore.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, right. He was at Auburn.
Right.
He could have been doing
Yeah.
more. But there was a suppression that was there. That once you got to a certain level, it wasn't a glass ceiling. It was just a concrete ceiling that you
Right.
just couldn't penetrate. So he left, and look what he has done for Morgan State. He
Right.
is an Alabama born bred man who is outstanding, and look what he's doing. I think there's the fear, Tom, that with the few, with your background, with Barbara's background, with Michael's background, with my background, we came and we did wonderful things beyond their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And so when time came, I know for us to get a new vice president, when I was there, the first thing they did was put me on the committee, the selection committee.
So you couldn't be hired.
Thank you. He didn't go unnoticed.
You're right.
And so what happened is that they were saying the few that we have are moving too fast and doing things that we don't want them to do. They've got too many fresh ideas. We've got to make a change here.
Oh, yes.
So this is what has happened. So the question that we have to answer among ourselves is, will we stay and continue to fight and fight, we die off, and the next one fight, and we die off? Or do we find other ways to enhance our intelligence, how magnificent we are, because we are? Are we going to be, because they're afraid that we're like the football players. Remember when they said football that black players could not be quarterbacks? Look at the quarterbacks now.
Couldn't be
Right.
quarterbacks.
That's right. Couldn't do anything. When that gate opened, look who's on the team.
Right.
That's
Know
what
who's
when
running the
black coaches,
teams? Yes.
when black coaches couldn't do anything, look what the black coaches do. So they're afraid of that.
Yes.
And so this is the concrete ceiling coming back down to just simply erase us. We cannot allow that.
I agree.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see how it
We'll see.
goes and what
It's
happens.
interesting, Tom. I'm sure you will have the article and information from what the president of Alabama did, because one thing we know for sure is they always want to see what Alabama does. So you may be able to
Exactly.
use that
Yes.
Michael,
advantage,
good
Please.
thinking.
play,
Please
Exactly.
play
bring
that
that
game
out.
with them, and
At
then
some, we may need
and
to
then
send that. We may need to send that article directly to some people at
yeah,
Auburn.
yeah, and then I have an old reliable I always rely on when I'm in those meetings and they start talking about, well, this law says this and stuff. I told one guy we were in a heated discussion when I was back on the martyr board, and I made a proposal. He said that's against the law. I looked at him. I said, well, it used to be against the law for black people to vote.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You can hear a
That shut
pin
him up
drop
real
then.
fast.
Oh yes.
Exactly.
A pin drop then.
Oh
So
yes.
Hmm.
we can always say that, okay, when they want to talk about the law.
The
Okay.
law.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Mm.
And so we'll see. That's upcoming. So maybe I'll have some information for you guys next
I
week.
hope so.
We're supposed to talk this week, so we'll see. And you know, we you know we've got between my wife and I, we have 6 universities that we've attended or supported in some way.
Mhm.
Nobody has asked us to change any language
Right.
in any of the scholarships that we've put forth.
Hmm.
University of Montevallo, Illinois State University. I did a thing at UCLA. Um, you know, Joyce went to Georgia Southern, University of West Florida. Nobody said anything about DEI.
Right.
You
Mm.
know, not
Right.
one word.
Hmm.
And I think you
And
should express that.
oh,
That's
we will
important.
for
Yeah.
sure. Well, here's the thing, and you guys know how this goes. But first of all, they don't really want to have to deal with me, but they damn sure don't want to have to deal with Joyce.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll
Right.
see how it goes.
Yes.
We'll do the
Yes.
best thing for all involved. if we can.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's important.
Well,
And,
I've been very
we'll
vocal
see.
about why I'm not giving to several people there, and they always come back, "Oh, I hate you feel that way." I hate it. I have to feel this way. change
Yes. I
it,
mean, you did the
change it so
deed.
I don't have to feel this way.
That's
Then
right.
we can talk
Change
about
it.
it.
You can change
Right.
it. Yeah,
Right.
you did the deed that put me in this position. So until you
Absolutely.
change your deed, then
You're
I
in
can change
control of
my
that.
position.
Exactly.
There's, I don't know. At some point, I played football there, but there's more to life than football.
That's
Oh
right.
yes.
There's more to life than just doing what's been done before.
Right.
Yes.
We don't have to.
We
You're
don't.
right.
It's sad. It really
It
is.
is sad.
It is what it is. And there are some people who, all they've ever done is go to Auburn,
Hmm.
and the children go to Auburn,
Hmm.
and you telling me that all those dumbass children, because I know some of them, I had class.
I do too.
And you telling me that they are qualified to do these things, but others aren't.
Right.
And nope, I don't. My good friend of mine, I didn't go to school with him. We grew up in the same neighborhood. He's about 4 years older than me, and we talked last night. He called me up, and it was just great. I hadn't talked to him in a long time, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the card game Bid Whist, but he
Oh,
and I were
Yes.
always partners.
Right.
And he told me last night he's got two young sons that he had enrolled one of them in Auburn.
Mm,
And I just said, well, I wish him well. And
yes.
but I can also say that he enrolled him in Auburn because of his relationship with me. And
Absolutely.
so you do a lot of recruiting. You
Mhm.
even if you're not recruiting them, you
right.
know, they know
Right.
you went. And
Right.
and my friend Shorty is what it was his nickname. Never went to college, and so this was a way for his son to go, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And so you don't have those things available to your community that's available to the larger community.
Right.
So we'll see. Um,
We'll see.
I know that I'm just gonna say this, but you know, man, what are you gonna do? You never done anything but be at Auburn,
Right.
and you know who I'm talking about, and all
Yes, I
your
do.
children went to Auburn,
Uh-huh.
and so how in the hell is that fair? How is that right? And so we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted.
Please do.
Please do.
Conversation. Uh, so they gave me several dates, and one of them was today. Well, I can't meet on Tuesdays.
Right.
Sorry, I have something more important to do called TWT.
Right. That's
Maybe
right.
that's why they offered Tuesday.
Of course,
maybe
Michael.
maybe
Of
they're
course.
hoping we don't have to meet.
You're right.
You know how that goes, Michael.
Yeah. Anyway, let's. Anything else, guys?
I just want to say that the list has come out for the Alabama people who are throwing their hat in the ring for the upcoming election for 2026, and they have listed the early filers for each one of the districts in Alabama, the governorship, the district attorney, all of those have been listed. And let me tell you, the Democrats, not the Democrats, but the Republicans have already filled the list of their people who are on for running in 2026 for the state election. So it's going to be interesting to see by the end of the date who is going to be running on the Democratic side. So
Yeah.
Well, I saw what Doug's running against. I guess Tommy out
he has
yet.
not yet. He has not filed yet.
Who is now?
Doug has not filed.
Oh,
Has not shown up on the list yet.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
it hasn't
interesting.
shown up
Like,
He's
on the
he's made his announcement, I know. So I'm
Yes,
yeah,
well, you
surprised.
gotta,
But he
you gotta file your papers and pay your fees. So his name has not shown up on the list as of this morning. I double checked it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out once the deadline is in, where you for filing it comes up. We'll
I
find
think
out.
it's in March. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
So just looking at the early filing, the Republicans have already filled
Oh, we
almost every
know
spot.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
oh yeah.
interesting.
I saw some number. I don't know the exact number where Tuberville had already gotten $3-4 million, and
Right.
Doug
His
had
war
maybe
chest.
one.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Excuse
anyway, anything else from you guys? It's good to have everybody back. Uh, I'm glad everybody had a good holiday,
We did.
and we'll go from here. And
Yes.
you know, we talk about these things, the seriousness of dealing with um, Trump, fat ass, and and the seriousness of dealing with stuff that we deal with at Auburn, and so on and so forth. But that's why we're here.
That's right.
And part of our responsibility, when you talk, Barbara, you said something earlier about uh, by people who've come before us and what they did and what they gave us, and the opportunities that have been put in front of us. And I think we owe it to ourselves and to them and to others to take advantage of those opportunities,
That's right.
to speak about those opportunities. And not, I'm not necessarily against anybody. I'm just
No.
for a lot of things.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if being for something puts me against you, because I'm not against you. It's just that you're on
Right.
the damn side.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
and if you get on the right side, then we'll be on the same side.
That's
That's
right.
right.
We'll see how that goes.
That's right.
Anyway, anything else from anybody?
Just stay free of the flu. Wear your mask. It's
That's
out
right.
there.
Just stay
Alabama is
protected.
at the top of the list of a high risk. So please take care of yourself in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida.
That's right.
I hear you. Yeah,
Got it.
that's great. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Have
Sounds
fun.
good.
Yes.
See
Have
you.
a great week.
Take
All
care.
All right. All right. And like I said at the top of the show, the days between Christmas and New Year's are, in sports terms, like an end of what we've done. We look at what we've done, what we want to do in the new year, and if you take that initiative, you can use those days to relax and so on and so forth. It was a wonderful couple of weeks for me. I hope it was for you as well. Let's now not only hope for a good year for ourselves individually, but also for the group collective, whether that be family, teammates, co-workers, friends. Let's all work to have a fun, full of hope and love year in 2026. Happy, successful, and fun new year. That's our show for today. Thank the audience. We appreciate you. Thank our G-list guests. Thank our sponsors, Best Girl Inc. Thanks again to the TWT team, Barbara, Sean, Emily, Michael, Joyce, and Barbara. And as always, a special thanks to our audience. And that's it for this January 6th in the year 2026. Remember, a day without a smile is a day wasted. Enjoy yourself. Make every day count. Stay safe. Blessings. Peace.